Okay, everyone! It's time to start the meeting. It's time for us all to start writing our poem. Hang on. It's time to start writing poems. Sharing poems. So, get your poems out, and my Monika impression sucks. Hi, everybody.
Alright, hang on. I gotta find... There it is. Alright, we can get rid of this now. Hi, everybody. Hello, everyone. I can turn the music up a little bit more. There we go. What's up, guys? It's time. It's time again. We're doing back to the Dokis. The Doki Doki Literature Clubs. I hope everyone's excited. Because I'm excited. Real quick, Space Chat. Thank you for following. We hosted Jessica, who is apparently actually Jessica, yesterday, and she immediately rated... She was already at the end of her stream, so she immediately rated Space Chap instead. And so we got a follow from him. Nice. Anyway, forgot to pull this up ahead of time. It's been a while since we played Blue Skies, and I want to get back to it. I know Carlix also wants to really get back to it. And I'm sure some other people want to keep it going too. I actually wrote, because it's been so long, I wrote this up. I wrote up a whole recap that I'm going to read off for you guys real quick. I wrote all this from memory, so I don't know how accurate it is. And I also wrote it 2 nights ago. I streamed today. How'd your stream go, Carlix? How was it? I think I forgot to make this loop. Yeah. There we go. Good, good. All right, let's read this off real quick. Excuse me. But no one showed up. That's as usual. And real quick, I have... Let me go back real quick. Go back in time. Sorry, I'm going through my files because I have the whole Blue Sky soundtrack, as well as the Doki Doki Literature Club soundtrack, so I had to buy it. Back when I was editing these down. Which, by the way, I won't be doing the edit downs anymore because it's just too much work. Too much work for me. Anyways, let me go through here real quick. I'm gonna close that. Sayori hit her head. Yep. And I did like a full, like... I made a full recap. Like, I have a couple paragraphs. Let's see. I have 2 full pages of recap. I'm just looking for this. Here we go. There we go. This feels appropriate for a recap. The poem sharing music. Okay. Here's a recap of the entire story so far for Blue Skies, for Sayori's route. We talked to Sayori, our childhood friend, on our way to school on a whim, and decided that we should start walking to school together again like we used to. I talked for my stream. Oh, I missed it? I'll have to go back and look at it. Sayori started grilling us on clubs and suggested that we join her club, the Literature Club, of which she is the vice president. We promised to check it out after school. After school, Sayori meets up with us and we head to the Literature Club together. Upon arriving, we are pleasantly surprised to find... No, I'm joking. You should, though. You should. Upon arriving, we are pleasantly surprised to find that the club is filled with cute girls. Sayori, our airheaded childhood friend, Natsuki, manga enthusiast and loving tsundere trope, Yuri, the quiet and elegant one who loves reading, and Monika, basically the most popular girl in school. We decided to join the club because we want to discover the wonderful world of literature, and definitely not because we want to get into the pants of these girls. We go home that night and write a poem to share with the club the next day. On our first day in the club, we listen in on a conversation between Monika and Sayori and realize that Sayori, despite having an IQ of 5, is really good at her job as vice president. We fall asleep for a while. I lost my place for a second there. We fall asleep for a while, only to have Sayori wake us up by placing her face about 2 inches away from ours. Sayori says we need to take better care of ourselves. We tell her to do the same and start buttoning up her blazer for her. It wasn't weird. We had trouble buttoning up the chest, prompting Sayori to smile. When we asked her why she was smiling, she said this means my boobs got bigger again. That part was weird. Monika interrupts to say that it's time to share poems. Sayori likes ours a lot, which makes sense because we wrote it for her. Hers had been written that morning. When Natsuki and Yuri share poems, an argument breaks out between them. We eventually get dragged into it and decide it's best if we don't get involved and get help from either Monika or Sayori. We look to Sayori to step in, and if you've played Vanilla DDLC, you pretty much know how this plays out. Oh yeah, at Carlix99, where's your poem? Where is your poem? We look to Sayori to step in, and if you've played Vanilla DDLC before, you pretty much know how this plays out. Yuri and Natsuki apologize to each other, Monika regrets not being the one to help, and we walk home with Sayori. The next day, after a character building moment that we refer to as Cookie Gate, Sayori asks us if we'll go with her to collect some poster making supplies for the festival. Dirty simp that we are, we of course say yes. Long story short, she smacks her head on a shelf, and we go into waifu protection mode. We get her a bottle of apple juice to use in place of an ice pack, and we reminisce on all of the times that we've gotten Sayori hurt in the past, because we suck. We get back just in time to share poems. Upon reading Sayori's, we notice that hers is bittersweet, both happy and depressing, which concerns us. Sayori waves it off and tells us that it's just her writing style and she's fine. After sharing poems, Natsuki and Yuri reconcile. Monika tells us that we're reading poems in front of an audience for the festival. Natsuki and Yuri don't like it. While walking home, she asks us what we would do if Yuri asked to walk home with us. I love that this took long enough that the music had stopped and the loop. Anyways, while walking home, she asked us what we would do if Yuri asked to walk home with us. We might have been tempted if she said Natsuki, but Sayori is obviously the right answer here. She seems not as happy as we thought she would be about that. We spend the night being very worried about her, but that doesn't stop us from writing our poem for the next day. Day 3 of the Literature Club, we find that Sayori is sitting alone, staring off into space. We ask her if she's okay, and Sayori brushes us off, saying that we should just have a good time talking to the others. After asking Monika about it, the two of us both agree that Sayori's behavior is concerning. Monika tells us that she'll talk to Sayori herself. We can't hear what they talk about, but we wish we could. Time passes, and it comes time to share poems. Sayori's is about an angel that busts her ass to make everyone happy at her own expense. It takes us way too long to realize that the poem is about Sayori. We encourage the angel, quote-unquote, to talk to her friends, saying that, quote, she might be surprised by how receptive the people would be. Unquote. I paraphrased that because I realized now after reading that again that's wrong, but whatever. After poems, we have to decide who is doing what for the festival. You know how this goes. Natsuki's doing cupcakes, Yuri's decorating, and Monika's doing pamphlets. However, because this mod is great, Sayori gets added to the pack this time, and she is in charge of goodie bags. We pick Monika for science, but it's more democratic. I skipped the line. We pick Monika for science, and just like in Vanilla, it's decided that Monika's job is best suited for one person, but it's more democratic in this version of the game. We then choose Sayori, and to our surprise, the game actually lets us. We tell Sayori that we'll see her on Sunday to make the goodie bags. And now... it's Sunday. I have to stream tomorrow. Me too, dude. Me too. Alright, and with all of that out of the way, there's the recap. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully I didn't read too fast for all of you. I might go ahead and do, like, those recaps every stream. Not to this extent, but, like, because I won't be editing these down anymore, it might be good to have the recaps there at the start, just to talk about what we did the stream before. Actually, but have them, like, actually written out. Please capture. Thank you. And is the game as quiet for you guys as it is for me? Because damn is it quiet. Oh, the sound effects are really freaking loud though. Whoa, why? Hold up. Settings. Censor nudity. Yes, please. Let me turn the music up a little bit. Turn the sound down. It's grating. Turn off nudity. Yeah. For some reason, they never save the settings after you leave. It always leads to shenanigans later. Alright. So we did our recap. Oh my god. The last time we played this game was in October. Oh, it's been too damn long. This is why I'm not editing them anymore, because the reason we took such a long break partially is because I couldn't get the last edit down finished. Because I had been spending so much time editing that I just, like, lost interest completely. But by just streaming them and not editing them down later, like, I'm in it. I'm in it, we can do them once a week, and it won't get interrupted at all. So yeah. Let's reload. And let's begin. Alright. It's already Sunday. Knowing that I'll be spending a day alone with Sayori is kinda weird. Not in a bad way or anything, it's just been a long, long time since we've had a day out together with just the two of us. The last episode Natsuki route, you didn't edit it. No, because, like, they're always so long, and I reach a point where it's like I always start off being really positive about it, but once I stop, if I stop editing at any point, I just I can't get back to it ever. I also realized I'm kind of covering the text, so I'm gonna. Where can I sit? I guess up here is fine. Can I make chat play from the top instead of the bottom? No, I cannot. It only plays from the bottom. Okay, whatever. What was I saying? Yeah, there's eventually just those videos all take so much work, and trying to do them trying to make an hour-long video every week is hard to do. And it's so easy to just be well, just cut out more shit. I never know what to cut out because there's so much world-building lines in the game that I struggle to figure out what to cut out and what to leave. And always by the end of it, I just get so stressed out that I just can't touch the project anymore. Because the deadline's just too close and there's just too much work. So it's easier for me to just stream it. I would rather just focus on streaming it and get the streams done every week. But I just remembered that we're on a time limit. And we're already almost 17 minutes, or almost 20 minutes into the stream, so I need to move along. I already read this line. Hang on, quick mini recap. It's already Sunday, knowing that I'll be spending a day alone with Sayori is kind of weird. Not in a bad way or anything, it's just been a long, long time since we've had a day out together with just the two of us. Still, I'm looking forward to it. I just hope whatever was bugging her on Friday is gone. It was really hard seeing her like that. I shake my head. No, it's a new day today. It'll be much better. As my mind drifts while I wait for her, I subconsciously recall a memory from a long time ago. Our parents took us to a fair that came to town. We must have been around 11? I managed to win a Sayori a giant cuddly cow plushie in one of those shooting minigame things. Well, actually, my dad did it. I couldn't aim for my life. Same. That's when I realized that video games don't train you to shoot in real life. Until now, we have VR. I smile at the memory. Does she remember it as well? The buzzing of the doorbell brings me back to the present. Most likely, it's Sayori. Yep, there she is. She's gone for a pretty casual outfit. It's simple, but works really well on her. Look at her. It's been too long. Hello, Sayori. Oh god, I just remember. I almost forgot what Sayori's voice is. Headphone users beware. Hi, G. Ready to go then? Hey, sure I am. Hey, sure I am. Let's get going. That was such an awkward line reading. I'm so sorry. Happy Sayori's. Happy thoughts. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts. I gently close the door behind me and we step out onto the street. It's a bright, sunny day. Not too hot, and there's a gentle breeze. Perfect.
So, where are we going first then?
I should have warmed up before this. I'm so sorry. All my line readings for the characters so far have just garbage.
So, where are we going first then?
I read it the same way again. Maybe I just stuck as a voice actor. Maybe this is where I find out that I'm not actually as good at things as I thought I was, which is kind of at this point is really just a tradition on SFG. Finding out that you aren't quite as good at something as you thought you were, that's very much on brand for us. Well, I made a list of all the stuff we'll need, so that'll be a big help. You remember who had the spoon's voice? Yes, but we haven't been introduced yet, so shh. I fish out a small sheet of paper from my pockets. On it, I've written what we need and where to get the items from. So we need bookmarks, some sweets, ribbon, and some gift bags. To be honest, I have no idea where we can get the gift bags and the ribbon. I was planning to go to the arts and crafts store in town, but apparently it shut down recently.
Oh, really? That's okay. I actually have some gift bags and ribbon at home.
Thank God, that's pretty convenient. You should have mentioned it yesterday, though.
Sorry, I must have forgot.
Nah, it's okay. I'm curious why you have those two things, though. What do you use it for?
Oh, I don't use them for anything. They were left over from a birthday party I had years ago. I think it was my 10th one. You remember it, right?
She looks at me with puppy dog eyes, and I hasten to try and recall. Something about you getting cake all over your face, right?
No. You don't remember. It's time to put him down.
Sets me on fire. Pulls out the lighter, just like... Sayori, please. I don't know where this joke's going. Okay. I have not been in the joking mood lately. Maybe I need to take another vacation. I've been streaming... I think I streamed like every day this week for the... Pretty much. Like, I might need to take a break. Let my funny juices recharge. Something about you getting cake over your face, right?
Hey, you did too!
I laugh as I realize I can't claim innocence here. I have a tickle in my nose. Guilty as charged. Well, with those two items down, we just have to visit the bookstore and the supermarket.
Which one are we going to first?
Let's start with the bookstore, it's closer.
Whatever you say.
As we walk, I notice Sayori humming contentedly, a slight skip in her step. I forgot how adorable she could be. Always so cheery. It's like she lives in her own little world. She looks like she's back to normal again. To say I'm relieved would be an understatement. I don't think you streamed on Wednesday. You're right, I didn't. She looks like she's back to normal again. I already read that. Almost like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. Hey, Sayori. You look like you're in a much better mood today.
Of course! I said it'd be fine today, remember? So here I am! I'm totally fine. There's nothing wrong. What?
It's a relief to see you back to your normal self. You really had me worried on Friday.
Yeah, really worried. No need to worry about me, silly. No need to worry about me, silly. How have you been anyway?
Good. Never thought I'd be writing poems in my free time, but hey. It's a real change of pace from what I'm used to, but I'm not complaining. Sayori giggles. What?
No, nothing. I just didn't see you as the poetic type, that's all. All those video games, I guess. You really got into them over the past few years.
I shift uncomfortably. I feel like this is a reference to us drifting. After all, she's not wrong. Kind of backhanded, don't you think?
You got really into those video games and just never talked to me ever again. Never talked to me. It's totally cool. It's just, you couldn't talk to me, but it's like fine. It's whatever. I'm not upset or anything.
As I became more reclusive, I turned to gaming as an escape. Tell me about it. Well, truth be told, I didn't really think I was a poet either. I guess I never realized how much I enjoy literature. I shrug off the comments about gaming. I want to enjoy today, after all. I mean, Yuri showed me this really cool book. Well, maybe not cool, but it was pretty interesting. Something about a girl who escapes from this weird human experimentation prison, and all sorts of horrible stuff happens to her. The protagonist is playing Doki Doki Literature Club right now. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Oh, she spelled protagonist wrong. I do that all the time, and I realize it's a bad habit because I finally realized after years that people don't like it when you spell correct them, or when you correct them on their spelling. But I don't do it to be a dick. It's generally just like trying to help them out. Like, it's like, I see it as like, if you show me your resume and ask me for your opinion, I'm gonna tell you if you spelled something wrong. If you show me your paper for school and you're like, hey, what do you think about this? And like, you spelled this, and this wrong. It's just like, I do it to help, but it just comes off as me being an asshole. I look like a dick. I need to work on it. I do it on instinct now because I've been doing it for long. And he doesn't realize that he's in the game. Okay. I kind of get what you're saying. Sayori pouts, looking very disapproving.
Oh, I don't like the sound of that at all. Sounds really scary. I'd hate to live in a world where horrible stuff like that happened to me.
He's behind his monitor. He's looking in and she's looking out. Well, looks like Sayori's wonderful innocence never went anywhere. I'd hate for anything bad to happen to you too, Sayori. I'd never let it happen. Never. I will always protect. Protect Sayori.
You're so sweet, Sepchi, you know that?
I used to be protective of Sayori when we were kids. Guess not much has changed, even after so much time apart. I feel like we've had this conversation like 20 times now. It's like, this game keeps going back to this. It's just like, man, it's been a while since we've talked, but I guess not that much has changed. Or maybe some things have changed, but now it's next day and we're talking again, and not much has changed. So we need to eventually hit the part where the game's like, but really, at some point during this day, I feel like we're gonna hit that point where it's just like, but really, things have changed. I want to get Spider-Man PS5 Miles Morales. Same. I've just been avoiding everything PS5 related because I don't want to get spoiled on anything too early. I'm sure I'll get one eventually. I just need, like, you know, I need money first. I need a job first. I hadn't even realized we made it to the bookstore already. Let me get some water. PS5's expensive. I want to get the disc versions that my dad and I can buy physical copies of games, and then we can save money on them, because we can just swap them back and forth. Because I'm sure my dad's going to get a PS5 eventually, too. I hadn't even realized we made it to the bookstore already. As it turns out, the bookstore is actually in a library. It's pretty small, but after glancing around, it seems to have what we need. Stay hydrated, kids. You know it. Alright, here we are. Let's see what they have. I make a beeline for a rack of shelves carrying a nice variety of bookmarks that includes all different colors and sizes. Sayori wanders over, her eyes wide at all of the choices.
Ooh, so many to choose from.
Yep, who would have guessed there's such demand for bookmarks of all things?
You gotta remember your place in life. You need a bookmark to, like, keep the place.
I don't know. I keep trying to make jokes today and they don't go anywhere.
This blue one is really nice.
I look over slightly warily. I forgot how excitable she could be. It's a bookmark with a blue koala. Who makes a bookmark with a blue koala? Sayori seems to love it, though. Before I even get to say anything, she starts gushing over another bookmark.
Look at this red one! It's got a little ribbon shape on it, just like mine!
Well, at least this one is a bit more justifiable.
Look at this, FG! They've got little puns on them!
Sure enough, there's a row of little bookmarks bearing a picture of objects with puns related to them. An apple with the quote, "You are the apple of my eye." A cutie smiling cartoon bacon with the words, "I like you more than bacon." Not possible. Okay, that one actually kind of made me laugh. I didn't laugh. I'm dead inside. I'll admit I like the bacon one. The apple one's too cheesy, though. Her face is all scrunched up, trying to decide which bookmarks to get. Probably better off just getting these plain ones, Sayori. These are just for strangers coming to view our performances. I'm taller than Monika. How do you know that? How do you know her canon height? I need scientific evidence. Show me proof. No point getting these cutesy punny ones.
Aww, no fun.
Hey, I'll get you the donut one, though. The donut one has a smiley donut with the words, "Donut, you know how amazing you are." I look at Wiki. I'll look at it later. My brain feels like jelly. Also, we are flirting way too hard. I feel like.
Oh, really? Thank you! I love it!
It's not hard to make Sayori smile. God, she's so daft. In the end, we went for a pack of plain, colorful bookmarks. They get the job done, right? I think Sayori forgets that not everyone is into the stuff she's into. Now that the bookmarks are out of the way, we wander over to the supermarket. I actually have the same problem. I always assume that people have to be like way into the stuff that I'm interested in. Let me turn the music down a little bit. Which is why I played Doki Doki Blue Skies on stream, and then not many people show up to it. Because I do stuff that I'm interested in, and I'm like, I like this, so I'm sure other people will like this too, and no one gives a damn. Now that the bookmarks are out of the way, we wander over to the supermarket.
So we just need the sweets, right?
Mm-hmm. Do me a favor and don't spend hours trying to choose some, okay? I know what you're like with candy.
Hey, it's not my fault I've got a sweet tooth.
Oh? Whose fault is it then? She sticks her tongue out at me. You didn't answer my question! As predicted, Sayori's beyond excited, like a real kid in a candy store. She's a kid. She's in high school. She's a kid. Well, she's technically not in a candy store, but the saying doesn't really sound as good when it's a supermarket, does it? Like a kid in a supermarket. Oh god, Carl just gave me proof. Oh yeah, she apparently does have canon height. I never remember exactly how tall I am. I'm like 5 foot something. For some reason, I want to say 5'6", maybe. I think I'm around 5'6". I haven't measured in a while.
Oh, SFG, there aren't any cookies here!
I decide to humor her. Oh no, seriously? That's heartbreaking! 162 centimeters. I'm American though, so I use an inferior metric system. I have an inferior system of measurements. Oh, my height. Okay, 162 centimeters. I have no clue. I have no frame of reference for that though, because, you know, the imperial system. The empirically wrong system.
I know! How can they call themselves a supermarket if they don't have any cookies? I'm burning this bitch to the ground!
It's like, Sayori, no! It's crazy, yeah. Anyway, we still have a lot to do when we get home, so let's make some choices now, shall we?
Okay.
We browse the selection, pondering which candy would be the best to buy. Hey, Sayori, what's your favorite flavor of licorice?
Strawberry, why?
Oh, no reason, just wondering. Strawberry licorice it is. I'm going to keep this as a surprise for her. Although, doing these little thoughtful things for her makes me pause. Sayori told me I always used to look out for her back when we were still hung out. Did I really stop doing all that? I find that kind of hard to believe, given how naturally I find looking out for her to be.
I think these will be okay, don't you think?
She points into a bag, which is filled with an assortment of chocolates and other sweets.
There's milk chocolate in here, toffee chocolates, peppermints, all sorts of stuff. People are gonna love it!
They sure will. I'll just get some of my own candy, then we can get a move on.
Okay!
We still got a lot to do, don't forget. Looks like Sayori's got the chocolate side of things handled. I decided to go for the fruity sweets. Alright, I think that'll do.
Aw, tiny leave already? Could you do me a teeny tiny favor?
Let me guess. Buy you some cinnamon buns?
How did you know?
Whenever our parents took us shopping together, you always used to ask your mom for the exact same thing. She blushes a little, turning away.
Guess some things never change, right?
I smile back at her. It's little things of Sayori that really warm my heart. I'm definitely not complaining. Hands filled with candy, we head to the register to pay. The cashier gives us a stern look, almost like he's disapproving of all the sugar we're carrying. Hey, don't fucking judge me! I'll eat what I want! Sayori is totally oblivious, probably too busy thinking about which candy she can get away with eating. Okay, so that's everything. Let's head home and get started with the quotes.
Okay, although I need to grab the goodie bags and run them from my place. So you should head home and get your computer up and running while I do that. That way, by the time I'm back at yours, you'll be good to go!
I'm Fat Mark. Who's Fat Mark? She really has a knack for showing initiative when I least expect it. Her idea is pretty smart though, so I roll with it. I respect this. I respect this side of Sayori. Just like thinking in terms of efficiency. It's how my brain works sometimes. But I'm efficient in weird ways, and it comes off as strange sometimes. Because I like to... I always worry about the small things in terms of efficiency, so I always... I don't know how to explain it. Like, My NHL 20 be a pro. Ah. Gotcha. How do I explain this? So like if I can change like a tiny thing about what I'm doing to become even a little bit more efficient at something, then I will change it. I always look at like the tiniest details. That's why when I play like roguelikes and stuff, if you give me like a roguelike like Wizard of Legend where I can customize every tiny little detail of whatever I'm working on, I will obsess over it for hours. I can spend hours just tweaking things, trying to find better setups that work in Wizard of Legend. But it's always the smallest details. I'm always concerned with like the setup going in, and because of that, I never think about like the end game setup that I need to have, and that's why I've never beaten Wizard of Legend. Anyway, great thinking. Here, hand me the bookmarks so I can take them home. I'll see you in a bit. Just give me a buzz when you're outside.
Sure thing!
I make my way upstairs and boot up my computer, tossing the bookmarks onto the desk. As the machine whirs to life, I sit back idly thinking about literature. There's probably some really deep quotes out there. I laugh softly to myself, imagining how much someone like Yuri would resonate with those wise words. She'll probably appreciate the quotes the most. For the second time today, the sound of the doorbell ringing jolts me back into reality. Once again, it's Sayori, who's clutching a large sack filled with a colorful assortment of gift bags. It looks like she's literally carrying a rainbow.
Hi again! So here they are!
I lead her upstairs as she carries on, being enthralled by all the colors.
Shiny!
Man, you really couldn't decide on the color, could you?
There are so many pretty ones to choose between, Seth G! I figured you could help me choose, so I brought them all! Ooh, shall I go for the blue? Or these pink ones? But these green ones are really pretty too!
Sayori, how many do we need?
This one has little cinnamon decorations on it!
Sayori!
Ah, sorry.
How many do we need?
Good question. I think about 15 will do, right? Just be on the safe side.
She pulls out some ribbon from the sack. Unlike the gift bags, these are all one color, a very deep red. Yeah, can't see anything wrong with that. Want to help me with the quotes?
Sure!
What about this one?
Writing is its own reward. I mean, don't you feel good?
Whoops. I mean, don't you feel good when you finish one of your poems? Or don't you feel excited to show that you've written to people? Yep. Or don't you feel excited to show? I feel like what? When you finish one of your poems, or don't you feel excited to show what you've? I think it's supposed to be what. I feel like that fits better.
Kinda, I guess. I think Yuri would really like that quote, though. Let's use that one.
Let me just make sure I have voice mod over here. Okay. For a second, I thought that I might have forgotten to turn voice mod off, or to turn off the voice changer, so I was worried I was still talking in a robotic voice. Yeah, I'm with you on that. What about this one? There are 3 rules for writing a novel. Unfortunately, no one knows what they are.
I don't get it.
Neither do I, to be honest. But I like the humor, and it strikes me as something people might find funny. Was that Sayori? No, it was me. I don't know. I think it's something Monika or Yuri might find amusing.
I'll trust your judgment. I like this one a lot. There's no real ending. It's just the place where you stop the story.
You would be Monika all this time. I mean, it's not a bad thing. Monika is god of her world. More or less. Did I read this line? Oh.
I like this one a lot. There's no real ending. It's just the place where you stop the story. It actually reminds me of a thought I had about poetry.
Oh?
Yeah. To me, a poem is never actually finished. It just stops moving.
Oh, I actually feel tears starting to well up after all that. Ooh. Okay. So if you don't know what that's about, Sayori In Doki Doki Literature Club, which you should have already played, by the way. I actually forgot to say that at the top of this at the top of this stream. If you've never played Doki Doki Literature Club, go play that first. You're not meant to see the mod until after you've played the game, the vanilla game, at least once. But, Sayori, on the day of the festival in the original game, we see the poem that she turned in for the festival, and it's just, like, really... It's just, like, really screwed up. And the last line says, like, a poem is never actually finished. It just stops moving. And that's what we read right before running back to her house and finding her hanging in her room. She did, yeah. Oh, that's... So this worries me a lot. That's kind of profound. Something I'd expect from Yuri. It's also terrifying, but I can't place my finger on why. So, what does it actually mean?
Can't you see? It means that just because the poet has stopped writing, it doesn't mean the poem is over.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Well, if you say so, Sayori.
I think a lot of people will appreciate this one. What do you think? There is something quite delicious about writing the first words of a story. You never quite know where they'll take you.
I think so, too. That one's so... It makes you feel a sense of wonder, doesn't it? Exactly the kind of feelings a good story should make you feel. Wow, I sound like Yuri, don't I?
A little bit. She's rubbing off on you, huh?
Does that mean I'll start sounding intelligent? Do you guys... I wonder if this conversation changes when we pick Natsuki instead. I might have to, like, come back to this point later. I honestly might reload an old save and just, like, off-stream, I might just reload an old save and replay to this point to see if any of this is different. Does that mean I'll start sounding intelligent? Sayori chuckles, her eyes full of mirth. I definitely didn't just look up mirth. A definition from mirth. Her laughter is so innocent and sweet.
You already do, Sefchi!
Oh, come on, Sayori, that's not true. My poems aren't anywhere near as good as yours.
Mine aren't anything special, don't be silly. But I'm sure you'll be a great poet in no time.
Well, I'll believe it when I see it, I guess. Anyway, let's get these printed and start putting together the goodie bags. I'm sorry for bumping the mic.
Okie dokie!
After finding a few more quotes, we get to work. We have all the items ready to go. Now it's just a case of putting a bookmark, quote, and candy in each bag, then tying it all up with a piece of ribbon. We get to work. A comfortable silence descending upon the room. As we progress, I realize how happy I've been all day. It's not been anything fancy, just going to town with Sayori, but even that has put me in good spirits. Spending time with someone, joking around, reflecting on old memories. This weekend has been miles better than how my weekends typically go. Boring, filled with aimless gaming and anime. I've missed this. I've missed this a lot, I really have. And most of all, I've missed Sayori. Today has taught me that I'm determined to spend more time with her. And after all, I think she's enjoyed it too. There's a lot to catch up on, so I suppose we'll have plenty to say and do over the upcoming weeks and months. Why did I say okie dokie? That's a song. So that is like exactly an exact lyric from a song about Doki Doki Literature Club that someone wrote. There's a lot to catch up on, so I suppose we'll have plenty to say and do over the upcoming weeks and months.
You've been pretty quiet, Sefchi. Are you okay?
And there it is, that defining trait of hers. Always being concerned about others' well-being. I'm lucky to have someone like her in my life. I know. Alright. Because just like, if you had quoted that without even knowing about the song, it would have been, like, amazing. It's like, it's the exact line. What? Oh, I'm fine. Yeah, sorry. Just been doing a lot of thinking.
About what, if I could ask?
Just about today. I've really enjoyed it, hanging out with you again. It's been a while, hasn't it?
It has! I'm glad you enjoyed it because I was gonna say that I did too! I haven't had this much fun in a while.
Hearing that lifts my spirits even further, something I didn't think was possible. You know, I'm genuinely happy to hear that. I haven't really told anyone, but... Sayori looks at me, her blue eyes swimming with concern. Truth be told, I've been kind of lonely. Ever since my parents' divorce, I haven't really had much contact with people. And spending time with you today, it's been refreshing. A really nice change of pace, you know? A change from spending the weekend by myself playing games.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Sepchi. I had no idea you felt this way. You should have told me earlier that you were so lonely. I hate that I couldn't help you before.
Oh no, it's okay, seriously. It's not your fault or anything. I've just been really reclusive myself. And I've really enjoyed the literature club so far. Just being able to spend time with people my age again, discover a new hobby. I appreciate it more than I can describe. You've all been super welcoming. I know I'm no poet or anything, but that didn't bother any of you. Monika freaks me out. I like Monika, actually. That's just because for some reason I relate to psychopaths. I don't know what that says about me as a person, but I find crazy people interesting in stories.
Well, I'm glad you feel included at the club. That's exactly what we wanted the club to be. Welcoming. And I'm gonna make sure you're never lonely again, okay? Gotta put a smile on your face, you hear me? Can't have you being sad. Starting with this!
She reaches toward me and starts tickling me, her hands ghosting. Ghosting? Ghosting. Turning into Zero from Borderlands 2. Not because I hate her. Oh no, it's like, I totally get it. I just think she's fascinating. I like her as a character. She just reminds me of just Monika. Anyway, she reaches toward me and starts tickling me, her hands ghosting over my neck and chest. I recoil instinctively, laughing like a small child. I'm like 23 years old, and I'm still horribly ticklish. I don't know why, I just can't help it. Fun fact, actually, about tickling, okay? I've never tested this myself, so I don't know if it actually works. But I saw this in a YouTube video, no, actually, I think it was on Facebook. I saw it a long time ago. Wait, 23? Yeah, I'm 23 years old. I'm 10 years younger. Yeah. I know. Anyways, I learned about this thing on Facebook a long time ago, where apparently, tickling is like a fear response, right? Like that's why you can't tickle yourself, because the body knows that it's not in danger. So when someone else tickles you, you get tickled and you laugh. So if someone starts tickling you and you cover their hands with yours, you have Facebook? I do, but I never use it anymore. Like, ever. I hardly ever touch it. The last time I went on Facebook was for my birthday. And I hadn't been on it in a while before that. But anyways, apparently if you cover their hand with your hand, you can trick your brain into thinking that you're tickling yourself, and then you don't feel tickle. It doesn't affect you. I've never tested it though. I might have to. Anyway.
Hey, stop! You know I'm ticklish.
My laughter must be a catalyst for her tickling, because as she hears it, she doubles her efforts, a childlike grin on her face. Like the fucking sadist she is. I'm squirming and howling with laughter, almost running out of breath. Please, Sarah, I can't breathe. This is getting sad. She pauses, giving me a chance to catch my breath. Good. She's fallen for my decoy. I dart forward, pulling her arms away from me and driving her towards the bed, putting her beneath me. It's time to enact some revenge.
What? No! You tricked me! No, no fair!
Poor little Sayori, bamboozled by the mastermind Sefchi.
Please, have mercy!
What was that? Sorry, I didn't catch that. You'll have to speak up. Aw, yay! Hang on, I do this for the episodes too, so I'll do it for the stream. Boop. Breaking news: Sayori killed an 18-year-old man. I don't know that we're 18. I think at most we're like 16, maybe 17. I guess we are third years though. So we could be 17 or 18. Anyway, I playfully feign deafness as I carry on tickling her. Her laughter is like music to my ears. She's squirming under my fingertips, crying with mirth. To see such a big smile... I had a thought, but no. To see such a big smile on her face, even if it's kind of involuntary, it's such a nice sight to see. Kind of. Hello. Hello. Hi, welcome to hi, welcome to Chili's. Oh, well. Welcome. Hey, thanks for the follow, man. Thank you to Hi, welcome to Chili's. Oh, whoa, for the follow. This is, so if you don't know, alright, this is Blue Skies. It's a mod. Here, let me pull up my face again for a second. This is Blue Skies. It's a mod for Doki Doki Literature Club. If you haven't played the original, go play that first. And we're doing the Sayori route. If you don't want spoilers, go check out the mod for yourself. You can get it from blueskiesmod.com. Anyway. There's my spiel. She's squirming under my fingertips, crying with mirth. To see such a big smile on her face. Welcome to Sefchi Clubhouse. I should change that. I should make that the branding. And to see such a big smile on her face, even if it's kind of involuntary, it's such a nice sight to see. Her laugh has such an innocent, joyful ring to it. Hearing it transports me back 10 years. She dies. Not in this game. Also, you can spoil, you can talk about Doki Doki Literature Club stuff all you want, because you're supposed to play that first, before playing this mod. Please don't spoil anything from the mod. Bambi, I guess. No, you're fine. Hearing it transport me back 10 years, back when we had that carefree level of innocence only childhood could have.
Please, seriously, I can't breathe!
She does sound quite short of breath, and I've been tickling her for a while. I guess I better keep going until she suffocates. Continue on. I think I've had my revenge. It's only when I stopped tickling her that I realized the situation we're in. Once again, we're in a compromising situation I should have noticed a while ago. I'm sitting on top of her, pinning her down with my legs. One of my hands rests where her neck meets her shoulder, and the other one is wrapped around her wrist. If someone were to walk in right now, I would be in prison. As the laughter from both subsides, as the laughter from both of us subsides, a new atmosphere takes its place. It's not exactly awkward, but it's unusual, and neither of us know how to react. Make out, make out, make out, make out! I meet Sayori's gaze and find something in her eyes. What exactly is it? I wish I could read that expression, but the novelty of the situation makes me so unsure. Expectant? Was that the word I was looking for? I don't know. To anyone looking in, this probably doesn't look as innocent as we think it does. I hasten to climb off her, and she responds by sitting up on the bed. The completed goodie bags, all but forgotten. Oh, it's over. No kiss yet. Sorry,
No, it's okay.
She responded quite quickly. It isn't just me who sensed something in the atmosphere. Something in the air. Love is in the air.
Can you feel the love tonight?
Knocking on the door. FBI, open up! The atmosphere is becoming more and more awkward by the moment. God, I should have just made out. What exactly happened? hormones. Anyway, I'm glad we managed to get the goodie bags finished.
Oh yeah, me too. They were a lot of fun to make. I just hope the other students like them.
I'm glad she's able to roll with the change of topic. Just like that, some of the awkward air is dispelled. Monika will be pleased too. A lot of effort went into these. I know she'll appreciate what we've done.
Mm-hmm. I think Yuri will love the quotes too. Some of these really reminded me of her.
Not just me who thought that then. How are you feeling about the actual recital though?
I mean, I knew I probably seemed pretty enthusiastic when Monika asked us.
But you're kinda nervous now?
Yeah, I guess. It'll be okay though. I mean, I have my poem and I sort of know how I want it to go, so I think with a little more practice I'll be fine. I mean, what's the worst that could happen, right?
We know too much. Let's not think about that.
What about you, Steph G? Aren't you nervous?
Truthfully, yeah. Story, wear a mask. This was made before the bad times happened. I think it was, at least. Was it? When did Blue Skies get released? I don't remember. Truthfully, yeah, I don't have Monika's confidence, sadly. But hey, I really like the club, and this is my chance to give something back to it, right?
Yeah, that's a great attitude to have.
Besides, I have an excuse to be bad. I'm new and nowhere near as experienced as you guys, so that's my justification if my performance isn't great.
Steph G, all you have to do is practice, okay? Your performance will be just as good as ours, I know it.
More water. China already had it. True. I don't know. I actually don't know that much about it because I don't pay attention to it. Not as much as I should. It's nice to have someone believe in me, I guess. Thank you, Sayori.
No problem. I probably should get going, though. Need to practice my poem and stuff.
Yeah, that reminds me. I should probably do the same. Do you want to take the goodie bags?
Sure.
Okay, I'll put them in a sack for you. One sec. I rummage around, finding a bag big enough for all of the smaller ones. Handing the big one over to Sayori, we both head downstairs. As she hovers by the doorway, she turns around to face me. There's a shyness on her face. Can't wait for the vaccine. Hopefully we get it done soon.
Oh, by the way,
Yeah?
thanks for today, Steph G. You should have gone for the kiss.
And then she snaps her fingers and the house burns down. If you don't know, our headcanon is that Sayori's an arsonist. Secret arsonist.
I haven't had this much fun in a long time.
Hey, that's alright. I really enjoyed myself too. We should make this a more regular thing. You should come over tomorrow and I'll pin you to bed again. Her face lights up.
Yeah, I like the sound of that. I'll see you tomorrow for the festival, okay?
That she will. See you tomorrow, Sayori. As she waves and walks off, bag in hands, it takes me a few moments to identify what it is I'm feeling inside. Happiness. I almost sang an old meme, so we're gonna move on. Something as simple as going to town and making goodie bags for Sayori. It made me feel really warm inside. How does it take me this long to realize? I'm in love, goddammit! You know what's funny? Last time, I ended the stream early because we had finished the day and I wasn't sure how long the next day would go. And after doing it, I realized that we could have totally fit what we just did into the last stream we did back in October. When we do another big old collab, I'll have to arrange one. Technically, we're only supposed to play one day at a time. Are these old saves? Yeah, these are all old saves now, I think. Oops. Okay, hang on 1 second. Yeah, these are all old now. Wait, about that MC Hardcore server. I'm so sorry. I keep forgetting to talk to the guys. Actually, thank you for reminding me because I do need to figure out what time we're doing that. This has been, that day was really short. Screw it. Let's just go ahead and do the festival arc too. Let's just go ahead and finish the act today. It's the day of the festival. The preparations for the event should be nearly complete, given all the work everyone's put in over the weekend. Can I play? I still have to. I keep forgetting to ask. I will talk to them today. I'm gonna add it to my reminders because I really have to do that. Also, Carl, like, keep in mind, for all we know, I'm gonna die 5 minutes in, and it's just gonna be over. It'll just be done. That could be the end of it. Let me go in my reminders. I'm very bad at remembering to do things. Hardcore Minecraft plans. Schedule that today. And it's 3 now. Set it 4. MC Hardcore, is that you die, you die? Yeah. Okay, anyways, let's power through and let's just finish the festival off. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend time with Sayori at the festival. But knowing Monika, I'm sure the event will be great too. It's been a while though. Where's Sayori? We're meant to walk together, but she's late again. I don't want to leave her behind, but if she takes much longer, I'm going to be late for school. More time passes. There's going to be a moment of decision soon if she doesn't arrive. Just as I'm getting ready to leave, I finally spot her, slowly making her way down the street. She's carrying a large sack in her hands, and I'm surprised she isn't running over to me. Isn't she aware of how late she is? Sayori, where have you been? Hey, let me lean away from the mic a little bit. Sayori, where have you been? We could have been late for school! Play Five Nights at Freddy's? I literally can't. I have too much anxiety. Like, did you not see me play Layers of Fear 2 on stream? I can't do scary games. They're too stressful. Here we go. It's fine.
I know, sorry.
Overslept again? Ooh woo. Or couldn't decide what to have for breakfast again? She immediately pouts.
You're such a meanie sometimes.
You know my teasing's all in good fun, right? She mumbles something under her breath.
I'm gonna let your stupid house on fire later, meanie. Of course! By the way, I also double-checked the little bags. They're all in here.
She gestures to the large sack. A bright smile evident on her face. FNAF 2 is scary. I know, they're all scary to me, because I'm a little weenie. Good stuff, Sayori. People are gonna love them. That was a really good idea. Candy, bookmarks, and literature quotes. Perfect things to give out from our event.
Uh-huh. Something for everyone. Although, I'm kind of nervous for the festival.
FNAF 3 isn't scary. It's still stressful. The problem, it's not that it's scary, it's that it's stress. Like, the jump scare is whatever, right? The jump scare alone isn't scary. It's the build up to it. It's the slow burn that gets to me. I can't play horror games like that. Like, Doki Doki Literature Club, I adore it because it's psychological, so it doesn't bother me as much. But games like Five Nights at Freddy's, I just can't do it.
Although, I'm kind of nervous for the festival.
Honestly, I don't blame you for that. It's kind of nerve-wracking, isn't it? I mean, I know how much it means to Monika, but at the same time, I didn't really realize how intimidating reciting poetry to a bunch of strangers can be.
Yeah, I was all for it back in the club room. Now that the actual day is here.
She looks a little nervous. I reach over and give her a squeeze on the shoulder. It cracks. I break her shoulder. Her arm comes off. This is how I found your channel. Five Nights at Freddy's or Blue Skies? Blue Skies. I remember now. I love this mod. This mod's been great. I almost wish I hadn't played the mod for stream, because if I hadn't, I would feel better about just playing it for myself. I could just like power through and finish the whole thing. But I enjoy playing it on stream too much. She looks a little nervous. I reach over and give her a squeeze on the shoulder. Blue skies. Yep. We'll be fine, don't worry. I know how much you like poetry, plus your poems are great. I just hope my own performance is up to standard.
Oh, don't be silly, Sep G. They'll love your poem, I just know it.
I chuckle, admiring the definitive optimism that really makes Sayori, well, Sayori. I guess we'll find out. By the way, are you doing anything after the festival? Anything fun?
Nope. I haven't really planned that far ahead. I'm not great at doing that anyway. I'm kind of hoping we finish early so we can have the rest of the day off, to be honest.
So what you're really saying is that you just want to go home and sleep, right?
Ooh, look at how many students there are. How many clubs are having their own little event today?
What a tactical change of topic that was. It's like SEAL Team 6 over here. Our school's in sights, and there's a lot of students milling around. It's a little strange to think that there's so many fellow students around, yet I've still been feeling so lonely. So lonely. Well, at least before joining the literature club. Times like these make me grateful that Sayori told me about the club in the first place. I don't know, probably quite a few. By the way, Sayori?
What's up, Sep G?
I just wanted to say, well, no matter how this festival goes, I'm really grateful you told me about your club and let me join. I've had a lot of fun so far. I scratched the back of my head nervously as Sayori looks curiously at me. Will Monika play piano for the festival? No. I've never been good at expressing myself, and it probably shows. I guess what I'm trying to say is, thank you. It's been so fun being able to spend time with you again, too. It really takes me back.
You don't have to thank me for anything, silly. I've enjoyed it too. After all, it would be lovely if things could go back to how they used to be.
How they used to? What do you mean?
Oh, nothing!
Strange choice of words. What could she mean by this? What could she possibly mean by this? I have no idea. As we enter the courtyard and make our way to our meeting room, she breaks the silence by giggling. Can we just talk about how MC just is like dense like a brick? His brain just has a brick wall around it. As we enter the courtyard and make our way to our meeting room, she breaks the silence by giggling. Something funny?
I've just thought of a way to steal one of Natsuki's cupcakes without her realizing.
Anyway. Are you sure that's a good idea? Natsuki might be little, but you know better than I do that she can be really fiery.
Oh, don't worry about her. I've got a plan for that.
She pulls out the lighter. Okay, leave the literature club and join the Sep G editing club. Hey, it's a great club to be in. Doesn't pay though, because I'm broke. Hi, hello. Welcome. This is Blue Skies. It's a mod of Doki Doki Literature Club. It's festival day, and Sayori's not dead. Spoilers for the mod, by the way. It's very good. Let me just put this in chat real quick before I forget. If you have, once again, if you have not played Doki Doki Literature Club, you should do that first. And if you want to play this mod, you can get the mod from there. Very easy to install. It's like the most plug-and-play mod I've ever done. It's a good game. It is. This mod, borderline better than the game. I like your glasses. Thank you. I like your name. Small mine. Anyway,
Oh, don't worry about her. She might seem a bit mean on the outside, but she's harmless. Don't let her fool you.
what does Doki Doki mean? Oh, my friends give it to me. Nice. Doki Doki is Japanese. It's onomatopoeia. It's the sound your heart makes. So when someone comes over when the boy comes over and like slams his arm against the wall, you know, the wall saying the kabedon, it makes your heart go all doki doki. That's what doki doki means. Well, I'd rather her than me. We all know what time it is. It's time for the voice. Okay, everyone.
Sefji, Sayori! It's good to see you guys. Do you want to come in and give me a hand?
Oh, no. Monika is placing little booklets on each of the desks in the classroom. They must be the ones she prepared that has all the poems for performing Save Me!
You know you love this voice as much as I do.
In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monika would like and submitted it. Because I'm such a goddamn people pleaser. What a simp. So that's the one I'll be performing.
Hey, do you guys want to check out the pamphlets? They came out really nice.
Yeah, sure. Oh yeah, they really did.
They look really pretty.
Something like this will definitely help people take the club more seriously.
Yeah, I thought so too.
I flipped through the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving it an almost professional feel. I recognized the girls' poems from the ones they performed during our practice. Just then, Natsuki bursts into the room, carrying a box that positively towers over her. There's blood everywhere. Why did she burst? Yuri trails in behind her and panics. She sees the blood. She slips on it. Yuri trails in behind her, carrying a rolled-up banner in a large duffel bag. Oh yeah, didn't we give Natsuki deep voice for this playthrough? Alright, it's festival time! Wow, you guys got here before me? I thought it was pretty early. Whoops. I'm sorry for being the last one here. I'm glad that some preparations are already underway, though. It should take less time to set everything up this way.
Yeah, let's work hard together, everyone. Gambare!
Natsuki unpacks a box to reveal 4 trays of cupcakes stacked carefully on top of each other. Wouldn't that smash the cupcakes? Sefji! I jump with a sudden outburst. She exploded again? Yes? Help me lay out these cupcakes. Then if you wouldn't mind, Sayori, can you help me with these? Yuri gestures at her bag, to which Sayori nods cheerfully. I help Natsuki with her cupcakes while Yuri and Sayori start putting up decorations. Meanwhile, Monika continues putting down pamphlets. It isn't long before Natsuki has carefully arranged her cupcakes in a neat formation. Each cupcake is topped with white icing and some kanji written in a variety of different colored frostings. Wow, these look really good. Great idea to make them literature club themed as well, Natsuki. Yeah, it was a good idea, huh? I wrote down words that specifically have to do with poetry in our poems too. She picks up a cupcake to show me. See, this one says create. Isn't that the kanji for use? As Natsuki fiercely checks over the rest of her cupcakes to look for more miswritten characters, I glance over at Sayori and Yuri. It's like, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. They've put up a banner with an inspirational quotes written on a colorful gradients of the colors of the sky. Can I leave the literature club, Monika? No, you're not.
No. Not until after the festival. And even then you still can't. I am God. And that I have spoken. You will listen to me because I am say so.
Anyway, they've put up a banner with I read that. A good writer possesses not only his own spirits, but also the spirits of his friends. God, I've been so lonely. That's a quote by the German philosopher Friedrich. Hold on one second. Hold on one moment, everybody.
Friedrich Wilhelm Nietzsche.
That's his name. It's a quote by the German philosopher...
Friedrich Wilhelm Nietzsche.
I hope you could all hear that. because there's no way pronouncing that last name. He's had some very interesting thoughts, although there are some that I don't quite agree with. Oh, I think I've heard of him. As usual, Yuri outclasses me with her intellect. Hitler. No! No! Oh, I'm not monetized on YouTube, but if I was, this would get me demonetized. It seems that they've also hung up a curtain of origami paper tied to ribbons in the doorway. Upon a closer inspection, each paper has a different kanji character written on it. Hey, it looks like you did something similar to Natsuki with your kanji curtain. Is that so? I'll have to look at what she's done after I finish setting up. She gestures to a few candles and a wooden cylinder-shaped object.
Yuri said that's an essential oils diffuser.
Yes, it's for aromatherapy. One of my favorite contributors to a positive atmosphere. Which wife is your favorite? I like them all, but Natsuki is the favorite. Natsuki is best girl. Although I was editing down a lot of these VODs, and I realized that I also really like Sayori as well. Pretty much like... I like them all, and Yuri is my least favorite. That's pretty much how it is. I cycle between them all, because I like all of them for different reasons. And I guess I'm a womanizer. I probably shouldn't say that. Yes, it's for aromatherapy, one of my favorite contributors to a positive atmosphere. Huh, I'm excited to see how it works later. It looks like all the preparations are almost finished now. I feel like there's something missing, though. Yuri vs. Natsuki rap battle. I think... Did we watch that on stream? For Lazy Sunday one time? Suddenly, I noticed a large bag sitting forlornly by itself to the side. Sayori, do you mind handing me that sack you've got? I'll help you distribute all of the stuff inside it.
Okay, here you go.
Peering inside, I catch sight of quite a few small colorful bags, neatly tied shut with ribbons. Ah, just as I remember. Her handiwork from yesterday really shows. I pull one out. Yuri and Monika notice the little bags, looking on with interest. Okay, everyone. I have to say this in order to get the voice right for Monika.
Ah, so this is what you and Sepchi have been working on over the weekend, Sayori. Yeah. That's a question. Ah, so this is what you and Sepchi have been working on over the weekend, Sayori? I love how these look. You both did a fantastic job.
Oh, it's mostly Sayori. I couldn't do the ribbon part of my life dependent on it. I'm sure the contents are just as impressive as the exterior. What sort of things did you choose for the quotes? Join Buttfuckers Anonymous. Alright, anyway.
We had a lot of fun with that.
She delicately opens one of the little bags, fishing out a quote.
It's perfectly okay to write garbage, as long as you edit it brilliantly. Wait, I didn't put this one in.
Oh yeah, that one was mine. I thought it was kind of funny. Monika giggles, whereas Yuri and Sayori look like they're trying to figure out what the punchline is. Well, 1 out of 3 isn't so bad. How about this one? I hastily open another bag, picking out the quote. Sometimes, when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets fixated on a specific point. Just force yourself to get something out on paper and tidy it up later. That sounds awfully familiar. I'm the snitch, they hold hands. No! No! No, I did not pin her down in the bed. I didn't do it. I did not pin her down in the bed and tickle her. It didn't happen. It wasn't awkward afterwards either. Because it didn't happen.
I like that one a lot, Sepchi. After all, it's pretty much true. If you never start, you can't make any progress.
I should take a note from this.
Keeping your pen in the same pot would just result in a big puddle of ink.
We know! We know!
We couldn't find out who said that, which is a shame. Oh, have you guys tried the candy?
Monika deletes Sefchi. Don't you think we should save those for the people we made these bags for, Sayori?
Oh, yeah.
Natsuki's irritated voice rings over from across the classroom. Hey, if you guys are finished over there, can you actually sort Sayori's stuff out? You know, we do have a festival to prepare for. She huffs, and the rest of us share a guilty grin. Natsuki's right. I suppose Natsuki raises a valid point. Yeah, let's get to it then. We each delve into the sack and scoop up the little bags, going around the classroom and setting them down on each desk. We printed out a few spare quotes to put around the classroom, and it's not long before a few desks bear the wise words of writers and poets alike. Sayori wanders over to the front door and sticks one of the quotes there. I'm impressed by her thinking. Everyone will see the quote that way. I read but did not retain. What does she do? Sayori wanders over to the front door and sticks one of the quotes there. Ah, okay. It doesn't take long to distribute all of the little bags around the room. Out of the corner of my eye, I spot Sayori's trying to sneakily open a bag and pop a candy into her mouth. I slap her. Hard. Naturally, she drops the chocolate. Some things never change. Yay! I'm gonna save here. Just in case I accidentally skip or something. By the time we finish, it looks like everyone else is done too. The classroom is now darkened and lit up by the ambient lighting of the candles. A delicate floral scent wafts through the air, courtesy of Yuri's essential oils. Sayori and I head towards the other three girls who are huddled near the front of the classroom, murmuring to each other. I keep looking over the music and I'm like, it's like slightly too loud. Is it about time to start yet?
Almost. We wrote that we were going to start at 10 a.m. on our posters, and that's in 10 minutes.
Are people actually going to show up for this? Don't be... Oop.
Okay, fine. Don't be so negative. Some people have shown up already, and I'm sure that more will soon. I'm sure that more will file in soon.
I can't read. Me neither.
You guys don't have to be worrying so much about it. I've got full faith in all of you. I've seen all of your poems. It's been amazing watching each and every one of you find and nurture your unique writing styles.
We've only been writing poems for 3 days. Like, what do you mean? She smiles encouragingly at each of us. Did I finish that line? Yeah, okay, I did. To her credit, her words are helpful, even though I haven't been part of this club for as long as the other three. Even Sefji? Don't put me down!
Natsuki!
It was just a joke, jeez. Thought some humor would lighten the mood.
Sorry. Just trying to make sure everyone's in the best frame of mind before we start.
It's okay, Monika. We all understand and appreciate that.
Yeah, we know how much this club means to you. I want it to be a success just as much as you do.
Couldn't have put it better myself. Even though I've only been in the club for a few days, I felt really at home. Natsuki talks back. Monika, stop talking! Truth be told, I used to be kinda lonely. God, here we go. Knowing that I'm included in something with people like you guys always makes me feel better. Apart from Sayori on Sunday, I haven't told anyone about how lonely I've been feeling. I'm a little nervous about how the others will react. They all turn to me, varying degrees of emotion on their faces. Sayori's happy that I'm talking about my feelings. Monika is concerned. Natsuki is angry, I guess, about me talking about my feelings. And I guess Yuri is taking pleasure in me being lonely. Natsuki impassively looks to the side while Yuri gives me an expression of concern. This is concern? I just realized my face is covering Yuri. Hang on, let me... Here. Sayori looks a little sad, remembering our conversation about this.
It's okay, Sefji. We can change that, remember? Like I said, I'm so happy that you feel welcome here. It's exactly what we wanted.
I agree. No one should feel alone. No, I know it's quite a difficult thing to experience. I feel the warm flush of gratitude at those words. Thanks, guys. That means a lot. Where did he go? I was covering Yuri's face, so I pulled my face cam off. Also, Monika, I told Sayori this earlier, and I figured you might appreciate hearing this. Well, no matter how the festival goes, I just want to say thank you. To all of you. Thanks to you guys, that lonely feeling has disappeared. You've all been so welcoming and accepting, and believe me, I'm really appreciative of that. So, even if this event doesn't quite go as planned, just know that I really love it here, and I'm so glad Sayori told me about this club. If others don't like what we have here, well, it's their loss, right? The girls nod in agreement, smiling at me. I had no idea my words would have such an impact, but I'm glad they did in the end. feels so rewarding to be able to get back to the club for a change. Monika turns to me, eyes shining with appreciation. They're blinding.
Thank you, Sefchi. You're right. Hearing those words from a newcomer really makes me feel like I've succeeded in my goals as a president. After all, I wanted to create a place where people can feel comfortable and share literature, and what you've just said makes me feel like it was all worth it. She turns
to face the others.
See, guys? If we could show Sefchi how amazing this club is, who's to say we can't show the other students the same thing? Don't see them as strangers. See them as potential club members.
I just want to leave this club and go to Sefchi Club. It's a pretty fun place to be. She's definitely got an inspiring way with words.
Yeah, good thinking, Monika. What's the worst that could happen?
The school explodes. Yeah, but if they say anything bad about my cupcakes, I'm gonna kill them. I have a knife. I brought a switchblade. Yuri giggles softly. I won't lie to you, I'm still quite nervous, but after hearing what you've said, Sefchi, I realized there might be other lonely people out there. This club would be the perfect place for them. Yeah, we might even find more manga enthusiasts.
That's the spirit. Now let's go and show the rest of the school just what the literature club is made of.
As if on cue, a few people wander into the room, curiously looking around the room. Monika confidently walks over and greets them. And so it begins. I brought my Nintendo Labo. Oh, hell yeah! Hell yeah! Dude, there's a fucking Labo party, man. Let's go. Dude, tell me you got the robot kit. I just got the piano. It's not as cool. Anyway, Monika and Sayori have greeted the newcomers and settled them in desks throughout the classroom. Some people are already helping themselves to cupcakes, and I noticed Natsuki keeping an eye on them. Meanwhile, Yuri is nervously looking through a pamphlet. I can see her soundlessly mouthing the words to a poem. Now that I think about it, I should be getting some extra practice in as well. Yes, I got the Lego set. There's a Labo Lego set? Oh, no, the Nintendo Lego set, like the... Yeah, okay. What? Are you talking about Labo or the Nintendo Legos? What you talking about, Chief? Before I can do so, though, Monika heads back towards us with Sayori in tow. The Labo. Okay. Oh, did you... Maybe you got autocorrected to Lego when you just typed Labo?
Showtime, everyone.
Let's do this, guys!
Pulls out the lighter. Sayori, put that away. Time to get this over with. I can do this. 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 We group up and stand together at the front of the classroom. Monika steps up to the podium and clears her throat, drawing the room's attention to her.
Okay, everyone. Welcome to the Literature Club's poetry performance. My name is Monika, as some of you may know.
Some girls sitting near the front of the classroom wave at her.
And I'm the president of the club. Accompanying me is the vice president, Sayori.
Hi, guys!
And the rest of our club
There's a little bit of British in there.
And the rest of our club members, Yuri, Natsuki, and last but certainly not least, Sefchi.
We all wave back at the students with varying degrees of enthusiasm.
I hope that you all enjoy... I hope that you'll...
I mean, it's technically grammatically correct, it just doesn't flow off the tongue very well. I exit the door.
I hope that you'll all enjoy our poetry, and that we'll be able to help contribute to a memorable festival. Literature is amazing in its ability to...
I can't read!
Literature is amazing in its ability to connect us to the human condition, and we really hope that this event will help encourage others to start participating as well. Our club will...
That wasn't Monika's voice, but we're gonna keep going.
Our club will gladly welcome any new members, from those who love words and writing as well, to anyone who's simply just curious and wants to learn more. After the scheduled performances, we'll be opening up the stage for anyone else who wants to perform, so don't be shy. And now, without further ado, I'll be starting with my poem, The Way They Fly.
Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and I head off to settle down in the frontmost desk, saving the seat at the end for Monika. She stands there, alone, yet still radiating confidence. After flashing a smile and a wink at us, she begins. Each word is crystal clear and exudes emotion. Somehow, her recitation is, I want to build my Labo. It takes a long time to build Labos. Like, some of them take, like, actually hours. I think the longest ones are like 2 or more hours to build. I remember the piano one being really long, taking a really long time to make. Somehow her recitation is even better than it was only a few days ago. She must have practiced hard to try to achieve perfection. The classroom is silent at first, drinking in her words. After a few moments, however, some whispering starts up in the back of the classroom. I guess that's inevitable, but it still doesn't make it any less annoying. The robot is so long. Yeah, you're making a full robot suit. I exchange a look with Natsuki, who rolls her eyes at the disruptions. Sayori pats my hand and gives me an encouraging smile. She's comforting as always. As Monika's poem progresses, more and more people wander in. Normally this would be a good thing, but they're making a lot of noise. Thankfully, they simmer down once they realize Monika's speaking, but the damage has already been done. I don't have a Nintendo, but I have a Labo. Why? I mean, don't you need the Switch for the Labo to work? She reaches the end of her poem, the last few words resonating in the classroom. A round of applause fills the room, and Monika beams at everyone, patiently waiting for them to finish.
Thank you for listening, everyone. I hope you enjoyed my poem and that it gave you a flavor of what this club is like. For the newcomers, welcome. We're just in the midst of showing you all of our poems.
I need cardboard. Cardboard. I need cardboard. Don't we all? For the benefit of those who have just joined, she quickly reintroduces everyone.
Anyway, up next is Natsuki. Take it away.
Natsuki stumbles slightly as she makes her way to the front of the class. I guess nerves are really getting to her. It doesn't help that someone sniggers, causing her to turn to glare at them. Could you maybe have not used that word? So reading it out loud can possibly result in something bad. Sayori seems to notice too, as she hastens to shoot Natsuki a reassuring smile. Snickers. You're not yourself when you're hungry. Eat a Snickers. Natsuki stands at the front of the classroom with her poem in hands, slight traces of irritation still visible on her face. Anyway, so my poem's called Jump. She takes a deep breath and begins her recital. Just as I was hoping, she was able to inject her trademark bouncy style into the performance, bringing the words to life. She doesn't quite radiate the confidence Monika did, but her unique style shines through, giving the poem a flow and rhythm. While simple, it's effective. My heart sinks as I start picking up on the newcomers having their own conversation in the back of the room. I'm hit with a surge of anger. How can they be so inconsiderate? It's clear that they aren't paying any attention, and from the pause and change in Natsuki's tone, she's clearly picked up on it as well. Why can't they just save their stupid, selfish conversations for after our performances? Her poem comes to an end, but unlike with Monika's, there's a slight, awkward moment of silence. Once again, there's a round of applause, but it's clear that the audience's engagement isn't quite as strong. Uh-oh. I love the silence here. It's so... It really sells the awkward feeling.
Great performance, Natsuki. I really like the rhythm of that poem.
Natsuki forces a smile and makes her way back to her seat. It's clear that she's upset.
Anyway, our Vice President Sayori is next to perform.
Hi, everyone! I hope you like my poem!
She cheerily skips up to the front, poem in hand. As she turns to face us, she looks a little nervous, fidgeting slightly.
Sorry, I'm a little nervous.
It's okay, Sayori. Just remember we practice. I've got full faith in you.
Yeah, you've got this.
This one's called My Meadow.
Love the music here. She begins her poem. Her soft voice guides us through the recital, and there's a remarkable contrast between her cheerful inflection and the more bittersweet nature of the words. Breaking news: protagonist kills 2 people in poem reading. Hey, it's a large offense, man. Out of the corner of my eye, I notice people casually flicking cupcake wrappers onto the floor, along with candy wrappers lying on the tables. Worse still, the talking is getting louder and more noticeable. Monika looks around at the perpetrators, frowning at them. One of the students lets out a loud yawn, making absolutely no effort to hide it. Another student picks up one of the quotes and nudges their friend. They both frown and laugh at the message, and I get the horrible feeling it's more the mocking kind of laugh. What dicks? I know we had this conversation in Natsuki's playthrough, but all these guys are assholes. At this point, I'm seeing red. If we weren't in school, I would have punched these inconsiderate pricks by now. No one should be this rude to Sayori. No one. Waifu protection mode. She's probably the sweetest person I've ever met. Despite the now obvious disruptions, she's still trying her best and is making a real effort to continue. To her credit, her performance is still commendable. She manages to work the contrast of her enunciation against the words in her favor. It adds an interesting depth to the poem. I'd love to see more of this side to her. She brings her performance to a close, hands shaking slightly.
Lovely poem, Sayori. You really brought that one to life.
Thank you.
Something's off with her voice. It's like how she was on Friday. Monika stands up, turning to address everyone in the room.
Just as a polite reminder that it would be much appreciated if everyone could give our poets some respect while they're performing.
Monika looks stern, while Natsuki looks positively furious.
Thank you. Now, the stage is all yours, Yuri.
Yuri is looking terrified at this point. Sayori gives her a reassuring squeeze, and I lean over, whispering into her ear. You've got this, Yuri. Just pretend like it's only me, Natsuki, Sayori, and Monika. I can't do this, FG. Yes, you can. I believe in you. I've seen how passionate you can become when you talk about Portrait of Markov. I love that. I love seeing that side of you. Besides, like you said, this club could be the perfect place for any of these people. We just don't know it yet. She swallows nervously, nodding at my words. Okay, thank you. She rises to her feet, poem clasped firmly to her chest and avoiding eye contact with everyone as she walks up. Her eyes flick up to glance at the classroom when she gets on stage, although she quickly ducks her head back down to look at her poem on the podium. My brain just flatlined right in the middle of that sentence. This poem is titled Afterimage of a Crimson Eye. Her voice quivers as she starts, but unlike her recitation a few days ago, the meek and trembling version of Yuri remains well into the poem. She determinedly forges ahead, but I can tell that she's not enjoying it in the slightest. The rest of the classroom, momentarily subdued by Monika's words, soon begins to grow louder again. After a few lines of her poem, they are even more unruly than before. The crinkling of wrappers fills the air, and at a few points, Yuri is almost drowned out by others' voices. I catch a few people getting up and leaving the classroom, and by the slight hitch in her voice, it seems that Yuri's seen them as well. Fire music? Yeah, dude. Her eyes stay glued to her poem now, and it looks like she's trying her hardest to ignore everyone. One boy quietly wolf whistles at Yuri, causing her to jump and lower her head even more, and causing me to go over and strangle the man. She's practically shaking like a leaf. This is absolutely disgusting behavior, and I open my mouth to say something. Suddenly, Natsuki stands up, a loud scraping noise from her pushing away from the desk, drawing the attention of the students. Can you all just shut up? Yuri didn't screw up. It's just everyone's being a dick. I'm really freaking sick of this. How can you guys be so rude? We're trying our best to show you something amazing here, and you're just going to stomp all over our hard work like that? Unbelievable. I can't even understand how people can be this arrogant and just plain terrible. I didn't want to interrupt you, Yuri, but I can't stand it anymore. You idiots might as well leave if you aren't even going to pretend to pay attention. There's complete silence for a beat, never mind the music. Only came for the food anyway. Let's go, guys. Once this boy speaks up and begins to lead his friends away, one by one, more students start to follow them out the door. I throw a panicked look over to Monika, who's holding a strange, stiff expression on her face, like she's about to murder everyone in the room. Looks like she's struggling to stay calm for everyone. After a few moments, there's barely anyone left. Yuri, meanwhile, quietly begins speaking again, but her voice is barely audible. There's just a stifling silence accompanying her words. Wow, 2 bots at once! That's a record. Damn. Yeah, Crocs, you want to ban those bots so they can't come back. BigFollows.com. Funny. There's just a stifling... I just leave one message. Yeah, you gotta ban him, dude. You gotta ban the bots so they don't come back. There's just a stifling silence accompanying her words. When she finishes, a weak smattering of applause sounds from the few who are left. She unsteadily steps down from the stage, a blank look on her face. She won't look at any of us either. I'm worried about her.
Okay.
Monika's voice cracks as she speaks up. She's still trying her best to see us through this. I don't think any of us could have predicted that it would turn out this way.
Thank you, Yuri. You did wonderfully. I'm sincerely sorry for all the disruptions and sheer arrogance you had to endure. Those kinds of people really are the worst. To those who are left, I want to thank you all for staying and apologize as well. This is definitely not a normal occurrence for the Literature Club, I assure you. Well, let's finish this off with Steph then.
With a heavy heart, I slowly get up and walk onto the stage. When I get to the podium, I'm appalled by the sight of the classroom. Candy and cupcake wrappers are strewn across the floor, and quote cards lay tossed about, with many of the cards now featuring shoot prints over the words. The remnants of goodie bags are left ripped apart on desks. Even the kanji curtain looks tangled up and messy. The only students left are the ones who waved to Monika at the beginning. This is what Yuri had to see when reciting her poem. No wonder she didn't want to look up and face these people. Can I really do this now? How are the others able to finish their poems? I look at the clock, only 10:20. Has it really only been 20 minutes? Taking a shaky breath, I begin to speak. Hi, everyone. I'd like to take a second to apologize as well, both to those checking out the club today and to those who are already in it. But despite everything that's happened, I can say that I'm glad I joined since I got to meet so many amazing people. I believe that you guys will love it as much as I did too. Anyway, I hope that you'll all enjoy Acquainted with the Night. I start reading, and I'm struck once again by the beauty of the poem. The loneliness and isolation conveyed so accurately, I can relate to a lot of these feelings. I won't be as good as the others at reciting, but I can only hope that I'll be able to do the poem justice. Thoughts of doing both the poet and the club proud strengthen my spirits, and I manage to fight through the depressing mood. The quiet of the classroom suits the lines of the poem well, and my recital seems to fly by rather quickly.
Excellent performance, Sefchi. What a great way to round up the event.
As I step down from the stage, Monika stands up and addresses the room.
Thank you all for coming and staying. I truly appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. That's it for the sketch recitations, but you guys are free to stay and hang out if you want.
There's an awkward silence for a few moments. Then the remaining students start to stand up. I think we gave her a nasally voice. Hey, we gave her, what's his name again? The Nico voice. Hey, Monika. Oh, and you too, Sefchi. Bye, Monika, I quit. I didn't know you were in this club. The girl standing before us is actually my homeroom's class representative, Sayori. Given that both she and Monika are class reps, they're probably friends. Yeah, I only joined about a week ago, so... Ah, I see. Yep. Hey, the way you guys were treated was seriously awful.
It's fine. Thanks for staying.
Either way, sorry about everything, Monika. I'll check out the club sometime. She gives us a small commiseratory... I think it's commiseratory. She gives us a small commiseratory smile, and I'm torn between wondering whether everyone's pitying us or sympathizing with us. They all start to file out of the classroom after a few more goodbyes. Monika keeps a strained smile plastered on her face. Meanwhile, Yuri has her head buried in her arms on the desk. In contrast, Natsuki is staring straight ahead, gritting her teeth, and Sayori looks down at her desk, picking at a spot on the varnished wood. Bye, Monika, I quit. I go to Sefchi Club. You're already in Sefchi Club. You can be in both. You can split your time. To say there's a tension in the air would be a massive understatement. There's silence in the room, made worse by the sense of awkwardness. No one knows what to say. No one expected the festival to end this way, and the impact is hitting all of us. So, that could have gone better. Sefchi Mod Club. I actually don't mod very often. It's actually very rare for me to do mod stuff. My attempt at humor falls flat, and I immediately regret speaking. Natsuki gives me a dirty look, but Sayori smiles wanly. Raise a flag. Meanwhile, it looks like Monika's face has finally fallen. Need some water.
I don't understand. Where did we go so wrong, guys? We spent so long preparing for this, and after all our efforts.
For the first time, that outgoing confidence Monika always seemed to radiate has snuffed out. She clearly cared a lot about this event, and I feel awful for her. Stay hydrated, kids. Stay hydrated. I know, I don't get it either. I thought you guys all did such a good job as well. The decorations, the recitals. I'm sorry, Monika.
Don't worry about it, Sefchi. It's not like it's your fault anyway.
She smiles weakly at me. Glancing around, I notice that Yuri and Natsuki seem particularly upset, with Yuri looking absolutely dejected and Natsuki seeming steaming mad. Dehydrated water. Are you sick? Do you like water but hate being wet? Dehydrated water. Isn't air technically just dehydrated water? No, that's stupid. Never mind. Forget I said anything. That's wrong. That's not how science works. This is your fault, Monika. I told you this was a stupid idea. None of us were even that comfortable with doing it in the first place. Now look where it's landed us. You can buy it? Can you really? Alright, I can't read chat right now. This is an emotional moment.
Excuse me? My fault? You all agreed to do this. Pardon me for thinking it would actually go well. What's so wrong about that?
We only agreed to do it because we felt like you were forcing us. I was really hoping this wouldn't happen. Given everyone's low moods, an argument is the last thing we need.
I didn't force anyone, Natsuki. You know how much this club means to me. I was just excited to show what we have to the rest of the school.
Yeah, because that was such a good idea, wasn't it?
I'm really starting to get sick of your constant sarcasm, you know. Why can't you just try being positive for once in your life?
Gee, it's funny you should say that, because I'm really starting to get sick of your self-righteous, know-it-all attitude. We told you this was a bad idea, but no. You just had to insist on this, even though no one was happy with it.
It was for a reason. Look at how much Sefchi enjoys it here. Is it really so unreasonable to think that we could have found someone else like him? Or is that just too positive for you to even fathom?
This is awful. The other students were bad enough, but now Monika and Natsuki are going for each other's throats? Look at how badly everyone was humiliated. I wouldn't consider all those... She struggles for a moment, her anger inhibiting her ability to speak. Those assholes were, to all of us! They didn't give a damn about anything we had to say. What did that one prick say? He was only here for the food? All of that hard work, just for what? Nothing. She angrily kicks one of the desks. The loud noise... That wasn't loud enough, but whatever. The loud noise jolts Yuri, who looks up with tears in her eyes. Please, Natsuki, can you calm... Don't tell me you're taking her side, Yuri. You had to experience the worst of it. I don't get why you're not mad either. Natsuki, there's no point in being angry at Monika. She didn't want this to happen. She had no idea people would react this way. It's bad enough that the students were rude, but I really don't like fighting inside the club itself. Yeah, but if Monika just listened to us when we said we weren't comfortable with the whole idea, this never would have happened. Monika sighs. This is the kind of conflict she generally leaves for Sayori to deal with. But in this case, Sayori looks too distraught to intervene. Breaking news, 2 high school girls are knifing each other. Apparently, Natsuki brought a switchblade.
Look, what you're not understanding is that sometimes you just have to take risks. Sure, this didn't go so well, but there was always a chance it wouldn't have ended like this, and we could have had new members.
She turns to me.
I mean, you of all people can understand that the best, right, Sefchi? You made the choice to come here. Look how much you enjoy it.
Oh, don't you try and suck up to him, Monika. Face it, you never listen to us, your club members, or take our opinions into account. Tell me I'm not alone in thinking that, Sefchi. Oh, great, now I have to choose a side? I really don't want to do this. I just look at Yuri and Sayori, but both look too upset to want to get involved. So, last time... When are they mentioning me? About 20 minutes from now. I lurk in the closet. Every now and then, Natsuki goes to the closet to get manga, and she's like, "Hey, Carlix," and walks away. So I remember last time we sided with Natsuki, because I actually do agree with Natsuki. Monika did kind of pressure us into doing it. But for science, I kind of want to pick Monika here. And just see what happens. And if we don't like it, we'll just go back. Something tells me this is going to make me very unpopular with Natsuki. I brace myself for what's going to come next. Natsuki, come on. You know better than I do that Monika loves this club. It's only natural she'd want to share it with the rest of the school. Seriously? You're actually taking her side? I can't believe this. No, it's not like that. I'm not taking her side. It's just what? That's exactly what you're trying to do, Sepchi. Don't try and backpedal.
Natsuki, that's not what he's trying to say. He's just...
Oh, of course you're jumping to his aid. Shut up! Shut up, Monika! Monika looks furious, and for a moment I think Natsuki has finally gone too far. She closes her eyes and takes a deep breath, evidently trying to contain her anger. Happy Monikas, happy Monikas. Jeez, Natsuki, don't you think it was a little out of order? You didn't have to shout at her. What would you know? You haven't even been here for 5 days. Why is everyone making me out to be the bad guy here? Remember when Monika said she'd make sure her people weren't going to be rude during her performances? Wow, congratulations. She sure did a fantastic job with that. I mean, it's not like anyone wolf whistled at Yuri or anything, was it? Some enforcer you were. Her bitter, sarcastic tirade continues on, each point worsening the atmosphere. I'm the only one who can see this for what it is. It's just Monika trying to use the club to boost her popularity. And it sickens me. You think we're all just, what, some sort of pawns for you? This explains why you didn't even consider how reluctant we all were to do this, or why you let everyone just walk all over us.
Natsuki, you're just being ridiculous now. Why would I want to hurt all of us? It's not exactly been easy on me. It's not exactly...
This isn't how English works.
It hasn't exactly been easy on me either.
Natsuki lets out a snort of derision. Derision? You? What would you, of all people, know about life being hard? Monika blinks, looking like she's been slapped. It's easy for you, Monika. With your role as the queen of this school, everyone liking you, all that crap. You have such a perfect life in all. Never having to defend your interest. Never having anyone ridicule you for the things you like. I share classes with those assholes, you know, and you can bet they're gonna have a lot of fun telling everyone else about how much of a loser we all are. And guess what? It's all because of you. I can practically hear the venom dripping from her words at this point. It's absolutely horrible. Face it. Oh, fuck. Sayori would be a better president than you could ever be. Jesus Christ. And with that, a sickening silence falls onto the room once more. Damn. But this time, it's a million times worse. The fire in Natsuki's eyes is blazing, and quiet sobs can be heard from Yuri. Sayori is miserably hugging herself, looking completely lost for words. Monika is wearing a stony expression on her face, looking both enraged and heartbroken. The whole club waits for her reply to the bombshell Natsuki just dropped on her. But without a word, Monika turns on her heel and walks out of the door, the impact of Natsuki's words hanging in the air behind her. Oh, no. No one knows what to say. For a few moments, the heavy silence remains. We all exchange looks. Yuri is meekly wiping her eyes on his sleeve, and Sayori is standing around awkwardly. Oh, this is so sad. It got so real. Like, it was real last playthrough, but this is so much more real. I actually kind of like this more than siding with Natsuki. Natsuki, on the other hand, is refusing to meet anyone's gaze. She looks like she's regretting her words a little bit. Nah, Monika deserves this. I mean, a little. Here's the thing, okay? This is my view on the world, okay? Anytime there's a fight, both people are wrong. if you're fighting about something, you're both wrong. You have to, like, anytime there's a conflict like this, there's always something that both sides could have done better. And if you can't see that, then you're both wrong, even if you're right. That's how I look at it. What she did last game? Unfortunately, I can't tell you because I don't want to spoil it. What she did last game, she helped me captive. Oh, what she did last game, I read that wrong. She helped me captive in a classroom. Not what happened. Anyways.
Guys, please, can we make sure that never happens again? It was awful.
That was a horrible experience, to say the least. Without Monika to restore order and keep things going, the club suddenly feels very aimless and disorganized. And stared at me. Oh yeah. Oh, you're talking about... Okay. I realize now you're talking about Vanilla. I was confused for a second, Carlix.
Natsuki, I know you're angry, but can you please find Monika and apologize?
Monika joins the Sepchi editing club. Hell yeah. But...
Please! I know you're feeling a bit guilty over what you said.
I'm starting to lose my Sayori voice because my throat's getting a little raw.
I know you're feeling a bit guilty over what you said. After all, you were a bit mean.
Natsuki grumbles something under her breath. Nah, it's okay. I'll go and find Monika. No offense, Natsuki, but I don't think she'd particularly want to see you right now. I wince as the words leave my mouth. There's probably a more diplomatic way of saying it. Natsuki glares at me. Fine. Stay dehydrated. No, stay hydrated. It's important to stay hydrated. Too much water can be bad for you, but just drink anyway. As I turn to leave, I silently motion to Yuri and Sayori to try and talk to Natsuki. Sayori nods and Yuri nervously swallows. Now, where would Monika go? She would probably want somewhere quiet where she can be by herself, right? I actually like this version of it a lot. Like, it's definitely more heartbreaking, but that's what I like about it. Which rules out the classrooms, the courtyard, and the cafeteria. The only two places coming to mind are the girls' toilets or the rooftop. Well, I'm hoping it isn't the girls' toilets. I make my way over to the staircase that leads up to the top, thinking about how this conversation is going to go. Will she even want to talk to me? She didn't even say anything she left. Was she that upset? Although, given what Natsuki said, I really wouldn't blame Monika. Guess there's only one way to find out. This is actually a completely new scene. We haven't seen this stream yet. Nah, she went to John Alla's stream. Do you mean John Paula? Yeah. Did John start streaming without me realizing? Oops, that's Discord. I click on the other purple app on my phone. Monika has been on John Paula's stream before. But I wouldn't know anything about that. No, he did not. I only looked because I recently saw that John started streaming. I think it was yesterday, and I looked, and I just completely forgot that she had been. Interesting. I had an interesting whisper. Okay. Anyway, there's a door at the top of the stairs, which opens out to the rooftop. Bracing myself, I put my hand on the cool steel door handle and push the door open. Man, the view up here really is something. I shiver as the wind cuts through my blazer. It's a cold and desolate place, a fitting setting for what just happened. I look around, and there she is. Leaning slightly over the barriers at the edge of the rooftop, face turned away from me. Not a peep sounds from her. Not even when the wind slams the door behind me closed. Monika? No answer. I slowly approach her, making as little noise as possible in some illogical attempt to not scare her. She's not a rabbit. You looked pretty upset, so I thought I'd come find you. I trail off, mentally berating myself at how weak that must have sounded. She has a cigarette. I wouldn't be surprised. I love that visual, honestly. She stays completely still as I sidle up to her side, leaning on the railing so that I can see her face. I don't know what I expected, but her expression is oddly calm. Monika. Beautiful. I almost want to do the robot voice because this is such a... I feel like this is such a big moment.
Beautiful view, isn't it?
Yeah, you could say that. Is that the reason you came up here?
It's part of it. On days like this, the wind and the eternally stretching blue sky make me feel like I can go anywhere. It feels freeing. There's something comforting in the possibility of getting swallowed up by that blue. Being able to simultaneously take control and lose control.
Monika, well, I know that you're obviously not okay. I'm not asking if you're okay to know if you're okay. I'm going to ask if you're okay so that you can choose to talk to me about whatever you want to. Great. This is totally me. This is too much like me. Actually, that's not true. I wouldn't have chased her up there because I don't know how to talk to people about emotional stuff. Breaking news: 2 college kids en roof. We're in high school. To give you an opportunity to open up. I love you just like blatantly saying. I love that Sefchi read the script. So, are you okay? A thin smile appears on her face. Progress?
That's sweet of you, Sefchi. To be honest, I didn't expect you to have any tact at all.
Me neither.
Did you expect that I'd be crying up here? Contemplating suicide or something? Don't worry, I wouldn't do it just because of the festival.
Add a news bar. I wish I could. I can add a ticker, but we don't for like events, but I don't get enough events every day to like warrant doing that. Well, I wouldn't blame you if you wanted to cry it out.
You know, I actually thought that I would cry at first. But maybe I'm all cried out. I guess I've come to terms with all the things Natsuki said already.
She says such weighty words so casually. What Natsuki said wasn't true, Monika. I think that you're a fantastic president. I hasten to try to give less empty words after she arches an eyebrow at me. And I'm not just saying that to cheer you up either. Remember what I said to you before the festival, during your little pep talk? She faintly nods. Well, I'm gonna reiterate it anyway, because it's important you're aware of how much I mean it. Thank you for everything. You took me in when I really needed it. Remember how I said earlier that I've been feeling lonely? She nods again. Well, that's how things have been for me recently. I haven't seen much of my parents lately, and most of my days I'd spent alone. All of that changed when I joined your club. You were all so friendly and welcoming. Not once did you ever turn me away because I wasn't a poet. I mean, between you and me, I know my poems weren't the greatest.
You have a lot of potential, Sefchi. I did like your poems.
Breaking news, Monika won the election of 2134. We're far in the future. We're a lot farther in the future than I thought we were. Well, I'm glad you think so, but anyway, that's beside the point. You accepted me for who I was and were always willing to help me. And more importantly, you've created something that 3 other girls hold dear to their hearts. Definitely the sign of a good president, if you ask me. Monika looks down for a moment, as if composing herself, and then meets my eyes with a smile.
Thank you, Sefchi. It really means a lot. Like I said earlier, hearing all this from a newcomer really does make me believe I've hit the goals I set for myself. All I wanted was to create a little haven that people could call home, no matter the writing ability.
Well, take it from someone who joined only a few days ago, then. You've definitely succeeded. Also, had you not made this club, I would never have gotten to meet Yuri and Natsuki, or been able to hang out with Sayori again. Nor would I have gotten to get to know you better either, and that would have been a real shame, eh? I playfully nudge her, receiving a nudge back. This past week has probably been the happiest I've ever been in a long, long time. I'll try to make Monika as a president. Does Japan even have a president? I think they have a prime minister. And that is all thanks to you. Excuse me. Oh my god, McDonald's coming back. We share a smile, one that I'm not so sure is completely genuine on Monika's part.
I don't really know what to say.
It's okay, seriously. I just want you to know how I felt. Anyway... Natsuki was a bit out of order with her words, but honestly, I don't think she meant it. I guess tensions were just running really high, and you know better than I do how fiery she can be.
Yeah, I know she was just really upset. But hearing those words, it hit pretty deep, you know?
In Microsoft Paint? Do it. I want to see it now. I want that on my desk by tomorrow.
I tried telling myself not to take her words to heart because I knew she was just upset. But it was that line about Sayori being a much better president. I don't know why it got under my skin so much.
It was just spite, Monika. People say awful things they don't mean when they're upset. Sayori and Yuri are talking to her now, and I get the feeling she wants to apologize but just doesn't know how to.
Well, that's definitely something Natsuki needs to work on. By the way, thank you for making the effort to find me. It really means a lot.
I'm suddenly struck by the situation I'm in. Here I am, alone, with one of the most attractive, popular girls of the year, having a heart-to-heart. Probably a situation most of the other guys in the school would kill to be in. My face heats up a little as I process the heartfelt, rather vulnerable scene we're both in. You're welcome, Monika. Nothing to thank me for. I sheepishly scratch the back of my neck. We should go and find the others, though. I don't want them to worry or anything. We stand up and make our way back to the door.
I hope so. It wasn't exactly nice to be told you have a perfect life and that you've never experienced any difficulties.
As we make our way back to the club, I just hope Sayori and Yuri were able to talk some sense into Natsuki. The last thing we need is another argument. Monika kisses protagonist. Fun fact, actually. I'm sure I've talked about this before. The mod team actually planned a Monika route, but unfortunately they ran out of time to implement it, and it had to be cut. Monika actually was going to be an option in the game. There was going to be a full Monika route, but it got completely cut. If you go on their Discord, they actually have like the plans up there. I forget where in the Discord, but they posted the plans for like what Monika's route was going to be. And then also on the main menu of the game, you can actually there's actually like bonus scenes of Monika. I was going to actually go through those scenes after we finished the game, just to see like what the Monika route could have been like. Honestly, had there been a Monika route, I probably would have done it first, because she's the one I'm most curious about. She's silent as we wordlessly make our way back to the classroom. We finally arrive. I squeeze her shoulder as she takes a deep breath and walks in.
Ah, they're back!
Oh fuck, Natsuki's not here. Did Natsuki leave? Okay, thank God. Yuri and Sayori hurry over to us, looking warily at Monika. Meanwhile, Natsuki remains standing off to the side by herself, arms folded. Why? Just Monika! I know, it sucks, but it happens sometimes. Sometimes it just be like that, man. I'm just gonna read this again, because why not? Yuri and Sayori hurry over to us, looking worthy at Monika. Meanwhile, Natsuki remains standing off to the side by herself, arms folded.
Hey guys, I'm alright, really. Taking some time outside helped me clear my head, and I'm feeling a lot better now. Not to mention, Sefji was a real help too.
I'm relieved. It was a frightening prospect to consider losing our club president.
Yeah, and now that everyone's calmed down, we can talk things out. Natsuki, why don't you come join us?
Fine. She drags her feet as she makes her way over to us. I notice Monika fidgeting with the hem of her skirts and smile reassuringly at her. Okay, so I'm here. Natsuki's eyes dart up to meet Monika's for just a second. So, There's an awkward silence as Natsuki's voice trails away. Sayori raises her eyebrows at her, causing the smaller girl to return with a glare.
I think what Natsuki means to say is that she just said all those things in the heat of the moment. It was the heat of the moment. Tell you what a hot
a crime of passion, as it were. Hey, jeez, can I speak for myself, okay? Or I can speak for myself, okay? She says that, but... Alright, I'm just gonna get this over with. What I wanted to say was that I didn't mean it when I said that you were a bad president. I mean, I guess it's pretty clear that you care a lot about the club. Sayori nods vigorously at her, egging her on. It's just that those jerks pissed me off so much that I blurted out random things and needed to vent. I won't lie, it does seem like you always get special treatment because you're so popular, Monika. But then again, I wouldn't know what you have to go through. You're on a totally different level from the rest of us.
Natsuki.
She almost did it. Anyway, that's all I guess. I've always seen you as a friend, and I hope that you'll still be able to see me as one too. There's tension in the air once again as we anxiously wait for Monika's response. Natsuki shifts back and forth on her feet, looking like she almost wants to run away from the scene. I just really want Hey guys, what's up? Carlix yells from the closet. Carlix, not now! Don't you dare interrupt the moment! Anyways, what I really want right now more than anything is for Monika to just wordlessly walk over to Natsuki and just give her a big ol' hug. Go over and just be like, Yuto. Natsuki shifts back and forth on her feet, looking like she almost wants to run away from the scene.
Thank you for saying that. I'm not going to lie either. Your comment doubting my presidency hurt.
It's definitely not true, though. You're a great president, Monika.
Yeah, you brought us all together. Without you, we wouldn't have become friends, and I wouldn't have been introduced to the world of poetry. I agree. It's an amazing feeling to be able to talk to like-minded individuals. Yeah, as far as presidents go, we could definitely do worse. And so what if you nudged us into the festival? I guess it's only normal for the president of all people to want the club to grow.
Thanks, guys. I guess that after all that, I have no choice but to accept Natsuki's apology, huh?
I mean, it'd be really great if you could. That's certainly an understatement. We all turn to look at Yuri, surprised at the glimpse of a humorous side to her. Did I say something strange?
Oh, Yuri, you're so funny.
Huh? I had another breath I'd been subconsciously holding. It seems like everything's turned out well in the end, or at least as well as they can given the circumstances.
Okay, everyone.
And with that catchphrase, everything seems alright in the world once again.
I totally forgot to mention this, but we still need to clean everything up. I'm sure that with all of us working together, though, it won't take that long to do.
Honestly, I'd like this ending better, because everyone's happy now. This is the better ending. I don't like the other version as much. I'm assuming everyone's just going to skip the festival and go home after this.
I'm pretty tired after all the stuff that just happened.
As am I. Same here.
I wish I could leave too, but I have a shift in my classes cafe after this. It's alright though. Everyone get moving then so you can all go home.
Monika. Hang on.
Give me 5 subs for SefG100 and John Ball, please. Okay, everyone, use Twitch Prime.
Everyone starts cleaning up the room, myself included. Yuri and Natsuki start packing up the essential oils set up in cupcake trays, respectively. Meanwhile, Sayori, Monika, and I pick up everything left on the ground and desk. It's like we're erasing all trace that the festival ever happened in here. Although, I can't help but think that there's still lingering tension in the air, despite Monika's cheery expression. I have a feeling that Monika might just be putting the club before herself in this case. But the only thing I can do now is hope that everyone will feel better tomorrow. It'll be pretty nice to get home from school early for a change and be able to relax, although now that I think about it, I really only have anime and video games to look forward to. I guess that everything that's happened today is going to be plaguing my mind tonight. Hey, me too! Carlix talks from the closet. Wait. Why were you missing your sub badge there? And on that annoying alarm clock, we save. And we quit. Look at the classroom door. Ah, dang it! Magneto. It was. Hold on. Hang on there. Hold on now. You just hang on there. There, Codex. No, okay, no, it's not the... I mean... Don't Japanese classrooms have sliding doors? Because if so, maybe the sliding door is just slightly ajar, or if it's a normal, like American-style school, which I don't think it is, but maybe this is just like a window or something. I think they left the door open to hang like decorations from it. So yeah, that's why it's white. Okay. Okay. Mystery solved. All right. That's been a stream. Thanks for hanging out with me, Carlix. Along with anyone else who is still here and just lurking in the shadows. Yeah, so that was the Doki Doki Blue Sky stream for today. As always, this will be going up on my YouTube channel, the whole VOD, as soon as possible. I won't be editing down the VODs anymore, but I will put like time codes in the description so that you can skip around through the whole VOD to get where you want to go. They left the door open, me in the closet. Well, yeah, you need air to breathe, Carlix. Anyways, it'll be a Sefchi Blue Skies meme. Sure will, buddy. You sure will. Real quick. Hi, welcome to Chili's. Oh, whoa, thank you for following, my guy. Let's see. Not that I can do a lot of good for anyone by hosting right today. But let's host someone. Tomorrow, as always, will be Lazy Sunday. It should be. Sometimes I do Lazy Sunday, sometimes I take a break because, you know, chores need to happen. But yeah, that'll... if you don't know, Lazy Sunday, always, is just like... I just realized my webcam's off-center. There we go. If you don't know what Lazy Sunday is, we just do a stream. I fire up a stream with no plan in mind, and we just go with it and see what happens. Sometimes we watch YouTube videos, sometimes we play games, sometimes we do a ton of different things. It's whatever. Yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed watching this. Hopefully everyone's cool with me not posting those YouTube videos Among Us. I'm going to end the stream here just so that people watching the VOD don't have too much to watch. My brain's fried. I guess now we can let's just host someone and call it good. All balls all day, eat my lead. No one else is really streaming today. I guess Untitled Chapter it is. Me killing you 2 times in a row in Among Us. And getting caught immediately after. Yeah, funny. Funny as hell. Alright, let me play some music as we fade out here. Daijobu. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna send you guys to Untitled. I'm gonna send everyone to Untitled Chapter. He's playing Escape from Tarkov. Check that out if it interests you. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for Lazy Sunday. Again, keep an eye on the YouTube channel for the VOD. I really have to poop, so I'm gonna go now. Thanks for hanging out with me, everybody. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Lazy Sunday. More than likely. Peace.